My name is Peter. This is my story of how I came to be here today. I grew up in care in Blackpool. I went off to join the army at a young age, and when I came out, I wasn't really ready for surviving in the adult world without a family. I started drinking a lot, and the only people who would be my friends introduced me to drugs, and then I just lost control. I did a few things I will have to live with for the rest of my life, and eventually I was caught when I got to the stage where I was robbing houses to feed my heroin habit. I was charged with breaking and entering and burglary. I stood in the courtroom sober and alone, and it was the most frightened I've ever been. I knew I was wrong, but I'd never been violent, and I couldn't believe I was going to prison. Actually, it ended up being just a few weeks inside, and it became a place for me to get a bit of a rest, put my feet up. Because they didn't bother with doing any of the courses or rehab work with us lot who were just in and out for a few weeks at a time. I ended up meeting a lot more of the dealers who all told me to get in touch when I was out. When I got out, there was no one to pick me up and no probation officer to report to, so it wasn't long before I did get in touch with the old circles again. Didn't know any other way. And when you're an addict, prison was not somewhere I worried about too much. Eventually I was caught again, and I was back in court again. It's a cycle. Jail, out, back in jail, back out. But nothing in my life has changed. Not really. When I got the community sentence, I didn't know what to expect. This scheme was actually the first time someone said to me, "You have a problem. It's your responsibility to kick it, but we're going to show you how." It was pretty tough, getting tagged, doing things I'd never had to do, working a full week, facing up to my crimes and my victims, facing up to my addiction. But sweating it out was something I needed to do, and little things like actually going to bed and waking up at normal times were a massive change. I don't believe in miracle cures. I know it's a long journey to beat drink and drugs, which is why now, 8 months in, I'm glad they're staying with me while I start a new job. My mates, my old mates, the ones I left behind, wouldn't have believed that.